For those of you who have used or recently purchased the Garmin Varia Rear Radar, this has been a game changer from a safety standpoint. The radar adds an increased margin of safety when riding busy roads, and when paired with a helmet mirror, further improves your situational awareness. The Varia comes with a nice seat post mount, but the biggest challenge is how can you use your seat bag when you have very little space in your seat post, like in my bike. In this video, I will show you how I mounted my Garmin Varia Radar to my seat bag. The basic tools you'll need is a soldering iron. This is my preferred method, and I'll explain why later in the video. You can also try using a hole punch, such as this, although I have not used it. Next, you'll need the extra quarter turn mount that came with your Edge computer. And finally, you'll need some zip ties. The first thing you'll need to do, if your bag has it, is to remove the logo and the taillight strap. Use a sharp knife to cut around the threads. After you have removed the logo and the strap, take your spare quarter turn mount and place it on the bag to find the best position. You will be using a soldering iron to burn the holes into the mounting tabs of the computer mount. Use some masking tape on the bag, then position the mount, making sure it is centered. Then take a Sharpie and mark the points where you will burn a hole in the bag. Be careful not to inhale the smoke when using the soldering iron. Remove the masking tape after you have burned all the holes in the bag. One advantage of using a soldering iron is that not only does it easily pierce the nylon fabric, but it also melts the edges so that the fabric does not fray. Next, take your zip ties and wrap them around the tabs on the computer mount. I like to start from the inside so that the locking heads stay on the inside for a cleaner look. Make sure you have the correct orientation of the mount so that the radar will correctly mount vertically. Here's the completed mount. All you need to do is tighten the rest of the ties, then cut off the excess end. However, before you do this, there is one thing you should check. Mount the seat bag on your saddle and check to make sure the end of your bag is perpendicular to the ground. If not, your radar will sit at an upward angle. This can reduce your detection range because the radar is looking upwards above the vehicles. One way I solved this was by cutting an EVA foam wedge that I had laying around from the foam packaging of my laptop. I inserted it between the bag and the mount, and this angles the mount downward, so when you install the radar, it is more perpendicular to the ground. Here you can see the radar sits perpendicular to the ground, which is ideal. This step is optional, but I like to use a hot glue gun to glue the ties to the fabric. Just don't get glue on the zippers like I did. Finally, I cut a small piece of EVA foam and glue it on the inside to cover the ties to protect the contents of my bag. Here's the final install on my medium-size seat bag. I like to mount my radar unit upside down since it gives it increased height so that it can see farther behind me. I also use the radar in conjunction with my helmet mirror. This combination makes me feel safer when riding on busy roads by improving my situational awareness. In rural roads, I like to ride on the center of my lane. But when the radar beeps, I do a quick check on my mirror, then I move to the right side of the lane. If you found this video useful, kindly click the like button. Thank you for watching and ride safe.